Let's go, people. We're live, ladies and gentlemen. Eagle Talks Football. You already know what it is. Arsenal just beat West Ham 3-1. Am I mistaken? Was it not 3-1? Because some people are saying the performance, no. We absolutely shut it down in the second half. West Ham got slapped in the second half. First half performance was not so good. Second half performance was much better. We're going to talk about Eddie Nketiah. Put some respect on his name. And also, my voice is cracking for some reason. Don't forget, we're 7 points clear of Man City at the top of the table right now. Let's go! Yes, people. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you've gotten this far in the video. We got Sahal in the house. We got Gunnar Souls in the house. Before they even go, I'm just going to say this. First half performance was diabolical. The penalty, we're going to get into it. We're going to dissect the penalty. And when it comes down to Mykhailo Mudryk's potential signing, we're going to talk about that very soon in the end of the video. But first things first, hit that like button. Let me know who was your man of the match. And the link to call in is at the top of the chat. You can call in if you guys want to. Sahal, take it away. I mean, sorry, not Sahal. Gunnar Souls, take it away. How you feel?
Bro, correction. We're 7 points clear of Newcastle, not Man City.
We're 8 points clear of Man
City. Of Man City. But man, I'm happy, man. Like, you know what it is, yeah? People are going to complain about the first half, but you got to understand everyone's come back from the World Cup. This is bound to happen after 6 weeks of a lot of these players haven't played the competitive minute of football. Don't forget, Thomas Partey obviously featured, Saka featured, Ben White didn't. He went home early. Saliba played, bar one game, he didn't play. Martinelli, bar one game, didn't play. And then obviously all the other players were like pretty much friendly games. So it was bound to happen. We were going to be somewhat poorer, let's say, in the first half. I don't think we were terrible. I think we were good enough, let's say, just to keep ourselves in the game. And we could have been, sort of 2-0 up, 1-0 up, 1-1 even, if you want to take their goal into consideration. So yeah, overall, I'm happy. This was exactly what we needed to come back and keep the momentum going. And 3-1's a big result. And obviously, without giving too much away, because there is a show to do, that's what I'll say for now.
There you go. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I absolutely love that second half performance. The goal from Bukayo Saka, even though it was kind of lucky, I'm taking it. I don't care. It was kind of a shot from Odegaard that was deflected into Bukayo Saka's way, and he scored from there. Martinelli's goal for the second goal was a situation where I didn't expect him to take it that hard from that angle. He kind of scored from the left flank, near post, over the keeper's head, and he shot it straight into the net. And it was like, wow, what a goal that was. And then Eddie Nketiah to box the guy out like Shaquille O'Neal in the box, spin him around and put it on the left corner from the right flank. What a player. Put respect on Eddie Nketiah's name, Sahal. Go ahead.
Yo, guys, what's up? What? As we were saying, the first half, I don't know, my personal opinion, we missing Gabriel Jesus, I think it was largely to do with that. And the intensity today was 0 first half. It was actually good for the first couple of minutes. And then after the offside goal by Saka, I don't know what happened. Like, we stopped playing football. The intensity wasn't there. Nothing was there. And then as soon as West Ham scored, we tried again. And then we kept going. And then until the first half. And then, so I don't know what Mykhailo said in the second half, but clearly it worked. So I'm happy trade. I'll take that any day. Lucky goal, yes, it was a lucky goal, but I take those goals any day of the week. I don't care how you score. If you score with your back, I don't care even. It counts end of the day. So for me, performance-wise, needs to improve a little bit, especially first half. You can't be dilly-dallying on the ball like that. You cannot be going flat into a game like that, but it's a bit expected. There's a bit of rust. And you know what? It's first game back. Even though I'm a bit concerned about that, hopefully we can get that right after a couple of games and get our fitness back up, get the intensity levels back up. So it's not to be worried. Very, very good game. Second half, we turned up. Odegaard, man of the match, clearly. Really, really good game today.
Yeah. Rate Odegaard, but Ozil's next level, 100%. UEL and league double incoming. I think I'm just focused on the league. I really don't care about the Europa League right now. I know if the double would be amazing, but let's just take one thing at a time. Ozil wasn't actually that good. He has not been consistent enough. Ozil was a legend to the game, bro, before he joined Arsenal. Just because he had a bad end to his Arsenal career, let's not dig out Ozil. I hope Odegaard goes to the gym. He has the strength to lift that trophy. He needs that strength. First things first, let's get straight into it. Let's talk about this situation right here. What the penalty? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't care. Yes, it's a penalty. No debate. It's a penalty for me. It's not Saliba's fault. I don't fault him fully for the penalty, but what I'm going to say is the team did a good job bouncing back from that situation. Besides the penalty, did West Ham offer any threat? No. And when it comes down to the penalty overall, when we conceded it, I just said, you know what, game on. Now they have a goal. All it means is we have to score 2 goals, and we did. We didn't have. I didn't have a question. Or I didn't question us losing when we went down 1-0. Were you guys worried? Let me know.
No,
You got
but
to be.
one thing I do
I
want to
was
say
gonna say.
though,
Go on, go on. Sorry, I was gonna say
what
that. I'll just be quick anyway, since I do apologize.
sorry.
We were poor defensively for those. They were not. They were not really threatening the goal, but today, especially where before the goal, we were struggling defensively. The goal, it wasn't coming, but certain situations today defensively, it's probably because of rust, especially before the first goal. It wasn't coming, but it wasn't good enough. Today defensively, Tierney was getting absolutely killed sometimes, and then Gabriel and Saliba were out of position sometimes. Was all over the place sometimes, and then the second half was way better. But after the goal, we kind of woke up. After the goal, we
Yo,
woke up.
Ben, the link is in the chat. He's saying Mr. Negative's in the house. What are you saying, Gunnar Souls?
What I was gonna say is like I do want to be somewhat critical of both centre backs because there was a bit of rashness in their game, and I didn't like it because any other day they could get yellow cards, and that makes the game a lot more difficult when you've got someone like Antonio on the pitch. So that is something I want to bring up because Gabriel, there was moments where he kept trying to get the player whilst he was facing their back, and I was like, no, you don't just let it go. Like, let him turn, and then you can do what you need to do. Give him the space, and then take the ball. But other than that, I think they had solid performances. First game back again, like we've been mentioning, there's going to be a bit of rust, but that rashness is still there from Saliba, and that's why this happened. I think we could have been smarter with this situation and with Gabriel with some of the weird fouls we gave away. Any other day, they could be converted into goals. So I do want to point that out. And that's just me being hypercritical, not necessarily me digging them out and saying that they had poor performances. But that's a part of their game I want cutting out.
I think, to be fair, it was the entire back four except for Ben White. Except for Ben White was the best. Even Tierney today, I don't know what he was on today. Tierney usually is consistent. Today, it was all over the place, in my opinion. All of them were a bit rusty. All three of them. Ben White was clearly above them today, and thankfully he was there. He saved one. He didn't save, but he saved Saliba. Was it Saliba or was it Saliba with the Antonio chance? Was a half a chance. Wasn't really a where he.
Oh, is it the one where he flicked it over his head or
Yeah, he
something?
flicked it over his head.
Oh no, that was Ben White that came and cleaned it up.
Yeah, I know, but it was a Saliba. He kicked it was over Saliba's head, right?
Something like that. I
It was
forget.
Saliba.
Yeah,
I
it was
swear
Saliba defending him initially, and then Ben White came in and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Saliba did poorly, and then Ben White saved him, and Ben White was the best out of the four today. So thankfully, Ben White was there. It could have been a different game, but those three are gonna give it up to Russ because they've been excellent this season. All four of them have been excellent. So I'll give them a.
Let's talk
a
about
break.
another player that was excellent before we get on to Odegaard and everything else. Put respect on Eddie Nketiah's name, ladies and gentlemen. The guy took his goal brilliantly. He was absolutely fantastic today. I think Eddie Nketiah's praises need to be heaped today. And let's just talk about his performance overall. I'll start by saying, Eddie Nketiah, you keep taking your chances like this, no one's gonna doubt your ability. It's just when the games get tough, that's when people are gonna question Eddie Nketiah and say, you know what, is he going to be able to do it? Like the game against Southampton last year, or this season when we had the game where we drew. Who'd we draw against? I forget. Southampton, right?
Or the draw 1-1, yeah, Southampton.
Yeah, so the draw versus Southampton this year. Those are the kind of games where people are going to say, you know what, Eddie Nketiah, maybe you can help us out because Jesus wasn't doing the business. If he does this on a regular, consistent basis, even when he's coming off as a substitute, I have high hopes for Eddie Nketiah. And I was one person who said I felt like Eddie Nketiah was getting disrespected by a lot of fans and a lot of people just counting him out. And I like the fact that Odegaard, everyone behind in the team was coming up to him, backing him before the game, slapping his back, saying, "You got this." And it's just like it just showed throughout the game, throughout the performance. It was amazing. But yeah, I'll let you go on this first, Gunnar Souls. Take it away.
Hey, I'm not allowed to praise him because I praised him all day, and he had not a poor, but he didn't finish his chances in the first half. I called him Darwin Núñez, and he scored the very next minute he scored. So yeah, I'll just keep disrespecting him because he seems to love proving me wrong in it. So if I praise him, we might get the old Nketiah in it. So I'm just saying it as a premise and a disclaimer. I don't hate the guy. I think he's a solid player, man. He's a lot better than a lot of people. Is he Arsenal level? We'll find out. That's what I'm gonna say, because for me, this is his time to show us because it's not a matter of he got a chance because we wanted to rest Jesus. No. He's got until February to make a stamp on this team and make that sort of striker role somewhat his. I'm not saying he's going to displace Jesus, but he can make a claim to why he should even be in the squad, period. So this is his chance. This is not us doubting him, but this is his moment to have that Bukayo Saka moment, the ESR moment, the Odegaard moment, where they make their stamp on this team and they make it known that, I'm here to stay, even at a squad capacity, whatever it may be. When you call upon me, I'm going to be here. This is his time to now repay the faith from Arteta, because Arteta's been singing his praises. He's been saying to him that he deserves this chance and the goal was very well deserved and no one deserves it more than him. So it's up to him now. If he performs, no one's going to sit here and criticize him. We're top of the league. The fan base has never been as positive as it's been, but it's his choice. He can perform. If he stops performing after this, then of course people are going to doubt him again. But what a goal. Brilliantly taken. And do you know what the best thing was today? What? Wenger got to see his players shine. All three of them.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about
all three of them played under him and they all scored.
You know what? It was nice to see. No, Saka never played under him.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it was Nketiah who got his debut, and then Martinelli. Yeah, Martinelli was bought under him, wasn't he?
No.
Saka never played under him.
It was Emery.
Emery bought Martinelli.
Emery, bro.
Emery did it. Well, I'm happy. I'm happy that Wenger. I'm happy that Wenger was in the crowd, sitting next to what's his name. He was sitting next to Eddie and the boys, and he was in the crowd today. And him returning is honestly, it's good to see. It's good to see, because that means that chapter where he felt like the fans were against him forever is gone, and it's nice to see Arsene Wenger back in the crowd at the game. Like I was pleased to see Arsene Wenger's return at the game. Now
you know what's even more bigger than that? You know what's bigger than that?
Look at
who
else
was in there. Look at who was there. Stan was there. Josh was there.
Silent Stan
was
there.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not doubting this January window now. This is going to be the biggest January window we've had in our history.
No, goodness, I think this could be.
You're telling me Stan Kroenke?
Yeah, he was there. Check my Twitter. Check my Twitter. I can't go on my Twitter now, but check my Twitter.
Stan Kroenke was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stan
But-
and Josh both were there.
Both. Silent Stan was there. But on the real one, Igal, I don't know if there's a positive
I didn't see.
or
I
a
didn't see
negative.
Stan or Josh.
Yeah,
No,
but
Stan and Josh were
they
there.
were both there. They were both there. As it was a picture. What's it called? I don't know if there's a positive or a negative. You know how I feel about those two and our ownership. It could be a positive that we won the game and it's
No
already
way.
been planned, the money and everything. Or Stan Kroenke is thinking right now, do we really need investment? Do we really need these players?
That's cap, bro. That's
Bro,
cap.
Yo,
it could
guys,
be either
I
or,
need-
bro.
One second.
I pray
One
to God
second.
is the other, bro.
I need Sahal, stop for a second. Just let me show you guys something. You had Wenger in the crowd, right? You had Wenger in the crowd. You had Thierry Henry as one of the pundits. You had Josh and Stan, as you can see right there. Today we had the holy. We had everything. That's amazing. This right here, that is amazing.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a huge January window.
Bro, I pray it is, but Arsenal Football Club have let me down January after January after January. Multiple Januaries, not even one January.
I hear you, but all I gotta say is have a little bit of optimism based off of what
It's
you.
true, though. I agree with you,
No,
man.
Igal, it's multiple Januaries, not even
I
one
agree with you,
January.
man.
All right,
Like,
Sahal, I'll tell you why. Yeah, I'm taking the opposite standpoint.
Can we enjoy the game first before we start talking about January?
Let me say one point, and
just
then
a caveat.
The reason why I'm saying it is look at all of their sporting franchises. They've all won now. The one that hasn't won anything major is Arsenal, and trust me, they're not going to let this opportunity go again. They're going to push for it. They're going to push to make sure that a league win happens, or at least we're in that conversation. So I do think it's going to be a big January
window.
Bro,
I pray you're right. I swear to God.
And you know what I pray for?
You're right.
I hope everyone hits that like button right now because we need those like buttons hit. Also, if you want to call in, you can call in. Ben is in the house. Ben, what are you saying? Oh, sorry. Before you go, Ben, let's go to what's his name? Tommy. Tommy's been here before you. Tommy.
You right, guys? How are you?
I'm good, man. What are you saying? Talk to me about the game.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yo, Tommy, there's a delay. Either there's a delay or something. I can't have you on if your phone's delaying. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, yeah, there's too much of a delay, Tommy. Get that sorted out. Ben, what are you saying?
Well, Eddie Nketiah, I'm sorry, everyone just shut their mouth about Eddie Nketiah. Get behind him. Give him some confidence. All the same people that are negative about Eddie Nketiah, right, were the same people that didn't want Arteta in. They're the same people who thought Ben White was rubbish. The same people going about Ramsdale. Same people who thought, we shouldn't buy this player or that player. Just shut up for a second, right? And just that roll, when he rolled that keeper, was that was perfect. That was a proper forwards goal. And when he finished it, that was a proper goal. And he may not do what Jesus does. If he was as good as Jesus, we'd have had him on instead of Jesus. But he will score goals, and that's why we shouldn't be worried about it. And I tell you what, I'm hoping when Jesus is fit, we're going to all be having a conversation and going, should Jesus be back in the squad? And he needs to earn his position. Because Eddie Nketiah is already proven he knows where back at goal is. He did it in the last season when he's in the first team. He's just... only people don't like him is because he's called Eddie Nketiah. That's it. He's a quality striker. I'm looking forward to watching him shut people up. I really am. So yeah.
If Eddie Nketiah keeps this up, he could keep Jesus out of the team. That is hot take.
I'm not saying he's going to. I'm just saying that's what. In a couple of months' time, when he's banging goals in, and he will bang goals in, he will score. He will have. He's already proved he can. He scored 11 goals in 11 matches or something like that, isn't he? That's a good record for anyone. So if he carries on with that, then we are going to be questioning: should we bring in Jesus back? He's going to have to fight for his position. And that's what we want. And, you know, I am looking forward to seeing that. I am. He knows where back of the goal is. He will score more than Eddie. He'll score more than Jesus. And I love Jesus. And I think he's brilliant. And I think it's going to be a really good headache to have when he comes back. Because I think Eddie as well, he don't just need to put him down middle. He can play up wing. He can play him along, you know, that thing, because he's got pace. And he's got strength as well. So I just think, yeah. And I think people judge him on playing with a second team, playing with lesser players. If he's playing with lesser players, it's harder for him, you know, as a striker to get into the game. Even Jesus, if we put him in a team with the lesser players, he's not going to be as effective. Nobody is. If you've got good players around you as a striker, and you've got people providing for you, you're going to do better, aren't you? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm very much looking forward to it also. I'm actually ecstatic the way that we played today. I'm so happy in the performance in the second half. I feel like this team is on pace to potentially win the league. But before we do that, we got to talk about a couple more players. Tommy's back. Tommy, how you doing?
I'm all right. You guys good?
Talk to me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
All right, take it away. It's your
Yeah,
turn to talk.
the first half, the first half was shit for me. It was shit. Like, obviously, West Ham got a penalty and they scored it, and I thought West Ham did nothing, like literally nothing, and we didn't get up to speed. But obviously, first half, then when it was halftime, we had to like reset. Then second half, we just bossed them. Like, we owned the parking, and yeah, good finish by Martinelli as well. And Nketiah, like, even though he's just not my cup of tea, but he's doing all right. But he scored a good goal. But he needs to do this week in, week out. Like, it's not enough for me. He has to do this week in, week out and deliver, bro. Like, because I want to win this league. I don't want this top four bullshit. I want to win the fucking league, man. So yeah, he's got to do this for me week in, week out. But I thought he played well today. But yeah, it's good to win the game. We had to, obviously, because Man City got Leeds away on Wednesday, so we had to like obviously put much pressure on them as well. And yeah, it's good to win. And West Ham are just shocking. And David Moyes will be in the job centre when they lose to Brentford and Leeds. He's going to be in the job centre soon, because I think his time is up. But yeah, it's good to win the game.
One second. Isn't this another manager who you said was better than Arteta?
He's been managing a long time. Then he still is, yeah. But his time is up. He still is. I'm just being realistic, bro. He still is, bro. His time is up, and I think West Ham need.
Wait, so he's still better than Arteta, but his time is up.
Yeah, he's still better. His time has come to an end. They're 16th, man. They're 16th in the league. West Ham, they're 16th. But yeah, it's good. But like I said, I want to win this league. I don't want this top four bullshit. I want to win the league. That's what I want. Okay, win the fucking league.
We're putting a lot of pressure on Tommy today. Ben, what's going on? Sahal, guys, let's be honest. We got bigger fish to fry. But before we move on, let's talk about Martinelli and Saka and these youngsters stepping up. How do you feel about those guys? Because
give them the money. Give them the money. Don't think. Give them the money. Don't think. Give them the money. Let them sign whatever number they like. No, I'm just joking. But just give them the money. Let's not haggle. Let's not be stupid about it. These players are big players. Saka, Martinelli, Saliba. I know Saliba made a mistake today, but we've seen his quality throughout the year. He's a big player. These guys need to get re-signed.
What about the potential of winning the league with these youngsters?
I mean, if we win the league, that'd be it's still outside of the dream for me. It's a little bit unrealistic. I'm not thinking about the league just yet. But these players, even if if we don't win the league, let's say worst case scenario, we don't win the league, we get top four, whatever. We go again next year. These players are young enough, good enough. We can go next year. I always said this. We can go next year. We can compete next year. If we get the right players in, the summer, January, whatever, we can go again. Why can't we go again? Why is everything on this year? We have the next year where these players are still at their young age. Majority are still the youngest team in the league. That's ridiculous. Egal, we can go for a dynasty, bro. This is the youngest team, and we're gonna improve on that with new young players coming through the door, and more experienced players coming through the door. Egal, look, I'm not thinking about this year. This year for me is top 4. Please just get top 4. I don't care about the league. Just get me bare minimum. Get me bare minimum.
So top 4 is your top 4 is your ambition.
Stop! Everyone, stop for a second.
No, it's not. Bare minimum.
Second.
Bare minimum.
1 second. Bukayo Saka himself, in an interview after the game, was asked about potentially winning the league title on CBS Sports. This is what he said on Peacock. He said, Bukayo Saka, on potentially winning the league. I hope we can do it. Keep going like this, and the fans supporting us like this. We have a massive chance then. So the players know, and players like Bukayo Saka, they might not be speaking about it every week, but when asked about it, they say the right thing. They're like, yo,
yeah, but
we can do it.
Let's be honest. We're against a juggernaut. Let's be honest. We're against a juggernaut. Let's not joke around. City are not even
clear of this juggernaut that you're talking
bro,
about.
Egal. Let's be honest, guys. This is not even City at their best. Like, come on, man. Let's not.
Yeah,
joke
but
around.
you're saying you want top 4.
No, but I want to win the league, of course. But like, we need to be a little bit realistic out here.
We are.
Sometimes we need to be realistic. This team is still a young team. Let me finish.
18 years, no title.
Why can I not finish? Come on, let me finish, and then you guys can speak.
No, because you're
time to
chatting
win the league,
bullshit.
man. Come
You're
on.
chatting bullshit.
Egal.
You're saying,
how many points did
1
we
second.
get last year?
You're
How
saying,
many
let's
points
be
did we get?
realistic.
Answer the question.
1
How many
second.
points we got?
1 second. You're saying let's be realistic that we can't win the league, bro.
Yeah,
what
that's
we're doing
realistic.
right now is on pace for Centurion level shit. We are on pace for like 100 points. That's what we're on pace to do. And you're saying,
are you really thinking we're gonna get 100 points? Let's be honest. Come on, man. Stop it.
No,
I'll
I'm
probably
not
say
saying we're gonna
95
get
points we can
100
get.
That will take it to win the league, though. Egal, it will take us.
Can you not for once just be like, you know what? Where's your ambition?
No,
Because you're the one that always says, where's your ambition?
I'm not saying ambition. Don't think about ambition for a minute. Forget about, close the ambition mind for a minute. Open your realistic mind, okay? For us to win the league, we need to get 100 points, literally.
Yeah,
that's not realistic. So unless you're telling me Sahal is realistic for us to get almost 99 points or 100 points, I don't want to hear winning the league because it's unrealistic then.
Why do you want
You're just proving my point.
We haven't
because
won the
you
league
just
since
said
2004,
be ambitious.
man.
You're not telling me be realistic. You just said to me be ambitious. Of course I want to be ambitious. Win the league, of course. But realistically, we ain't gonna get close.
No, you want top 4. You don't want to win the league. We haven't won the league for 18 years. That's
what
I
want to win the league. But realistically,
I'm 28.
that's
I want to
not
win the
gonna
league
happen.
now. I want to win the league now, not next year. Now.
No. But this is the problem in it. It's like,
come on, man.
A lot of the same people have been saying to people like myself, we need to have more ambition. We lowered the standards of the club. Now people like myself are saying the opportunity is there. Let's take it. And it's like the opposite's happening. It's like the league gunners are now like, no, let's be realistic. We're only going to get top 4. What the fuck do you want from me? Like, what do you want from people like myself? What is it? Like, do you want me to be ambitious and have the standards of the club, or do you want me to lower the? Nah, let's finish top 10.
No. Of course, you have the ambition to win the league.
No.
Why do you want top 4 then?
No. My thing is this: the opportunity is there. We're 6 points, whatever it may be. Let's say we're 3 points ahead. Yeah, let's say we're 3 points ahead. The point is, we're at 15 games in. We're not halfway there yet. But at the moment, we're playing some of the best football. We've got one of the best defensive records. We've got one of the best goal scoring records in the league right now. We're feared by teams. Declan Rice came out and said we're 100% title challengers. Compared us to likes of Man City. He goes, it's like playing Man City. Players are coming out. Players were coming last season. Pep was saying this last season. I know a lot of people are going to say Pep's obviously going to say that because it's Arteta. But the reality is the clubs around us are respecting us. Klopp is coming out and highly, highly praising our players. So the reality is we're going to be put in that fear factor, and that's what you need to win the league. That when teams fear you and they respect you, they adapt their way. We don't adapt anymore. They will adapt to try and beat us. And that's the difference this year. And the reality is, if we as fans start not believing that the team can't win the league, That's the biggest disrespect we're giving to them, because as fans, it's our job to say to them, no, we believe you guys are capable of winning the league. That's what's going to spur them on. Do you know when it's that tough or 0-0, that gritty game that we need them to come back in? Do you know what's going to get them over the line? It's the atmosphere. It's the fans saying to them, no, we believe you've got this. That's what's going to get them. What do you think got them the win against Wolves last season when we were 1-0 down and Lacazette goes and scores the winner? It was the fans in that stadium who raised the roof of the Emirates to say, no, we're going to win this. It was people on Twitter. I know they don't see Twitter, but it's the atmosphere. It's the feeling even when they come out of these games that the fans are behind them 100%. That's what Saka's talking about. That's what Henry's talking about. That's what even Ali McCoy's there, who came off the commentary and spoke on Amazon Prime, said there's a different vibe in this place. The stadium has never been electric like this. That's the difference.
Let me just stop everyone there for a second. Everyone needs to stop for a second. I'm just going to say this. Sahal, thank you for coming on, bro. Ben, thank you for coming on. Tommy, thank you for coming on. I'm just going to now change the thing to the player ratings, but big up to you guys.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me say one more thing. Like I said, I'm not going to be happy with top four. Like I said, the league, I need that shit, man. 18 years with no title, and this is our chance to win this league. Yeah, if we don't win it, it's not the end of the world. We got next year, but this is the time now to.
Big up to you. I hear that, bro. Have a good one.
There's three horse race as well between us, Man City, and Newcastle. So yeah,
there's no 3-horse race.
There is. Don't sleep on Newcastle. They're second. Don't sleep on Newcastle. They're second.
Bye. Big up.
Bye.
We got Abo. Abo, what's up?
Yo, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Talk to me, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling very good, man.
Okay.
The first goal when it went in, I was so nervous. I was shitting bricks. But I trusted Mykhailo Mudryk now. I trusted Eddie Nketiah. I think we're going in a very good line here. I think we can definitely
trust Eddie Nketiah and Mykhailo Mudryk, and you were Arteta out at one point.
No, I wasn't. No chance. Actually, maybe at one point though. I think everyone was Mykhailo Mudryk out at one point.
No, it's okay, man. I know.
There's no way there was.
I'm just asking because I feel like the way you said that, you almost said it in a way like you've been convinced by both of them. And
I
it's
never
good to
wanted to
hear.
Of course. I trust Eddie Nketiah.
You know what? Anything else you got to say before you go?
We're winning the league. That's all I gotta say.
My guy. Melina's in the house. Melina, how you doing?
Hi, Gal. Hi, Sol. Thanks so much for having me on the stream. Massive 3 points for Arsenal today, and more importantly, Eddie Nketiah's revenge. Today, Eddie Nketiah, a lot of people have not been his biggest fan, and I believed in him to perform and to rise up to the occasion. He picked up the phone when Jesus got injured, and that finish from him today was absolutely phenomenal. And I need to see a lot more from that. Today's game, I think from minute 1 to minute 90, yes, we didn't necessarily have the greatest first half, but today's game from minute 1 to minute 90, I was really, really impressed with Martin Odegaard. This guy keeps improving every single performance he has. He's showing opponents that they can't touch him. And the glue to all of this, the glue to our team meshing well together, having that unity in this team is no other than Granit Xhaka. Without Granit Xhaka, this team falls apart. Thomas Partey came out of the World Cup early with an early exit from Ghana, and he looks like he's faster than ever before. He put Declan Rice in the garbage and said, let's go have some jollof on the pitch in that second half. We had a phenomenal performance in the second half. And right now, Man City can't even touch us. Newcastle is not going to be an easy game, so we'll take it one game at a time. Newcastle are really well in form, but I'm sure we have revenge to take against them, considering the way we went out last season. And other than that, I was really, really impressed with the second half performance. I like the way we turn games around. Even when we go down, we have that resilience and hunger this season. We didn't necessarily have that 2 seasons ago. So Arteta has come a long way, and most importantly, to top this all off, not only was Papa Wenger in the house today, but also Manchester United have lost Ten Hag's boy, Cody Gakpo, to Liverpool. And that's the icing on the cake for me today, Gal. Great performance from the boys. And we still continue in our hopes of, challenging Man City a run for their money. And a massive 3 points on the board today for Mykhail's Reds.
I feel like there's nothing more that needs to be said after that. You literally covered everything. I'm about to start the player ratings. If you want, you can stay. But of course,
Sure.
It's up to you. Let me know.
Sure.
Gunnar Souls, let's begin. Ramsdale, did he have much to do? Be honest. Did he
Not
have much
really.
to do?
I don't think.
So
Oh no,
what would you give
the
Ramsdale?
Antonio save was a pretty big one because that could have gone either way.
Yeah, just before halftime ended.
Yeah, it was a quiet game from him. His distribution was on point. I don't think there was anything he needed to really do. Penalties are 50-50, so you can't blame him for that. So, yeah, I think it's just a straight 6 or whatever the...
Let me know, people in the chat, what are you giving Ramsdale? I am going to give Ramsdale a 7. I just feel like there's not much to do, but at the same time, he did do his job when needed to be called upon, and distribution and everything starts with him, because there were some counterattacks where he got the ball quick out of his hands and started the attacks. So I'm going to give him a 7. And then Molina has dropped down, so we're going to move on. Big up, some people saying 6, some people saying 7. Yeah, I think it's fair to just say 7 for Ramsdale and we keep it moving, right? Ben White, I didn't really notice him in the first half. He sat some people down in one moment, and he was taking people's souls, but the majority of the game I didn't really notice him. I felt like he just does his job adequately, not really causing too much problems. Overall, I'll give him a 7 also. What do you say?
Nah, 8. He covered for Saliba well. He defensively was solid the entire game. Even in the first half, he was actually one of the more standout players for me. So I think 8, man. He was up there with Odegaard in my opinion, like in terms of just making sure the overlaps are there, the underlaps, just linking up with both of them. And he was primarily the reason, in my opinion, that Odegaard got to do what he wanted to do, because when he needed to underlap, he did that. When he needed to overlap, he gave them the space to create and give him an option. So I'm going to go 8 for him.
8 for Ben White. Ooh. What about Tierney? I'll let you go first on this one, because I didn't really notice Tierney too much in the game, even though he was a lot of the times with Martinelli. It was really more Martinelli on that left flank doing most of the attacking. Defensively, we got caught out from his side also. So it's like, I kind of feel like I got to give him give him a lower mark. I'm looking at Tierney, I'm saying a 6. If we're giving 8s and 7s to all the defenders, he's going to get a 6, because I felt like as much as Saliba's going to get a mark down for his, I think Gabriel, Tierney, and Saliba all have a part to play in the goal that was conceded. And that's where they're gonna lose marks. And he's not Zinchenko. Zinchenko is just a different level. And it's just like, sometimes we got to realize, like, when we have Tierney in there, it's not that we're limited. We still have a really good player. It's just the way that we play, he doesn't suit it as much as Zinchenko does.
No, he doesn't suit Martinelli. That's the problem we're going to now have is, I think Tierney has a role in this team in terms of certain oppositions when we need to stretch the pitch. But the problem is he needs ESR to come back to see the Tierney that we know. And that's kind of where the problem is. Martinelli is a touchline winger when he puts down on the left, even though he does like to cut in a lot, but that's later on in the attacking phase. Whereas with Tierney likes to hug the touchline, and he's not inverting enough, and he can't do it. It's just not in his DNA to be an inverted fullback, where we've seen it against Juventus for about 40 minutes of the game, where he tried to go into inverted positions, but because he doesn't like tight spaces, he's more of a hit it, use his pace, beat a defender that way. You can't do that when you're in sort of the middle of the pitch, when you've got to beat the fullback and a centre-back in between. So it is unfortunate, but it's kind of the way our system's developed. He might be a player that we need to look to move on. It's unfortunate, but I do think as a squad player, but Zinchenko is definitely our starting left back. So for that reason, I've got to say a 6. It's been I don't know what he offered us today, and it's disappointing because I love Tierney. I think he's definitely got to be around in the squad, but today it's just one of those days. And then in terms of centre-backs, I'm just going to give them a 7 each. I don't think they were as good as Ben White. I think Ben White was definitely the best out of all 4 of them, to be fair, even Ramsdale in there. So I'll just say a 7. Saliba, I mean, it was an unlucky penalty. It's just unfortunate. Gabriel, other than a few rash moments, didn't really do anything bad. So it's just 7s for them.
I'm giving Saliba a 6 just because of the penalty, but that's harsh. That's
fair
harsh.
enough.
But,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna give Saliba a 6 just because of 7. You're forgiving Gabriel a 7. M's in the house. M, talk to me. What do you think of the
Yo,
game?
bro, can you hear me?
Yeah. Quick synopsis on the game. What do you think, bro? Give us your take.
To be honest, I didn't watch the first half.
Thank God you didn't.
Yeah, but you know what? I wasn't even worried because I actually saw their penalty. I never thought it was a penalty, but yeah,
It
I
was a
wasn't worried,
penalty.
bro. I knew we were gonna come back. I think we have a lot of quality. Sometimes we actually underestimate how
Bro,
much quality.
can I show you this again? This was a penalty, bro.
Yeah, it was. Nah.
The ball was already gone. He got his leg inside the box. You know,
I don't know
it's
how
a
they get.
very, very soft penalty, but it is a penalty.
it is a penalty. But you know what? Continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then the first goal was just brilliant. You know, Odegaard shoots, Saka takes a first good touch, and then it's a fantastic finish. And then you knew from then it was only going one way, and then Martinelli finds the keeper sleeping on his near post, lovely finish, and then the third goal was just brilliant from Nketiah. And I was so happy for him, man, because the pressure he's on as well, like. For Gabriel Jesus to be out, for him to come in, that goal is going to give him a lot of confidence going forward, and I'm very happy for him, man.
You know what? It was a crazy day, man. Did you know Stan Kroenke, Wenger, and Josh were all and Henri
Yeah,
were all
that's
in
mad.
attendance?
That's mad. I can't lie. Today, the Emirates was just madness. I'm gutted I wasn't there, man. Today would have been the best days to be at the Emirates.
Oh man, I'm going to a Newcastle game. I got to now. But to me, it's still crazy that Stan and Henri and all these guys were at the game. That to me was crazy. But yeah, let's get back to the ratings. Midfield. What are we rating? Partey and xhaka. Because I thought xhaka was good. I thought Partey was good. I thought they were all good. It was a situation where I don't really know who put a foot wrong in this game. Like controlled that
none
game.
of the midfielders really did anything wrong, but I'd just say Partey, Xhaka didn't do what they normally do. So just for that reason, I'm going to go 7 on because there were solid performances, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Okay. What about you, M? What are you saying?
I would give both of them 7s. I think second half, I think the whole team in general just stepped up, took it to another level. So I'd give them a 7.
Okay. People in the chat, let me know what you guys are saying. People saying Partey is going to get an 8 from 3 people. Xhaka got a 7 from John McDermott. Another Xhaka gets and what's that? 7? Okay. Partey 7. I think it's fair to say they both should get similar ratings, 7s or 8s. What are we saying?
I'm going to say 7 just because I think for me, there's another player who gets a higher rating.
Who's that?
Odegaard.
Ooh. Yeah, Odegaard's definitely man of the match. At least for me, man of the match. What are we saying? Man of the match.
Oh, 100%, man. Like today, I don't know what possessed him today because I've seen, this is the thing, like I've always said I wanted Odegaard even over James Maddison, and I got a lot of stick for it initially when it first came out because it like people wanted Maddison because of the GA and the amount of goals and the threat that he can be, whereas Odegaard's not that type of player. He's not going to directly get you goals, but he is this guy that can control games, tempo control, making sure that you're doing what you need to do, and he's that leader in the midfield. And today we've seen everything you can do. The reverse pass king, the best midfielder in the Premier League at the moment, and I'm putting him on the level of KDB on form right now, and that's why I'm going to give him a 9.
Odegaard is on form, the same level as KDB right now. What do you guys think? M, I'm going to drop you down, bro. Big up to you for coming on. You got anything to say before you go?
Yeah, Odegaard was my man of the match as well. I think he was absolutely brilliant. I didn't see much in the first half, but I'd say in the second half, he was just, Declan Rice was, I didn't even see him. So that shows how good our midfield was today. So big up to them, man.
Big up. All right, let's go. Shout out to M for coming on, and we got Mohammed coming in. Mohammed, take it away, bro. Give me your take on the game, and then we're gonna continue with the player ratings, and then we're gonna end up the video. People
Hi,
in the
good
chat,
eve-
do me a favor. Do hit the like button. We only have 43 of you guys in the video, and we have like 20 something likes. So please do like the video. It's absolutely free. But yeah, and also if you want to support the channel, please do leave a super chat because it does help the channel out a lot. We do this for you guys, and every penny that goes into the channel definitely comes back in production. But yeah, continue. What are you saying?
Hi, Gal.
Hi, Mohammed. How are you? What are you saying?
Good evening. How are you? All happy after a crucial win. Always tricky to play after a long break, like the one was due to the World Cup. So it was all important tonight to get this win. Nervous, of course, first half. We controlled the match, but never managed to break the solid defense of West Ham. I think we were a little bit sloppy and nervous in the final ball in the first half, but what a fantastic second half display. Martin Odegaard was a magician, our maestro. All the goals came from his feet, so he was dictating and dominating the game. Second half, fantastic. West Ham were all over the place. We controlled all department of the match. Great goals. Great win, of course. Always very happy to see the prof Arsene Wenger to win in front of Arsene Wenger, who visited the Emirates for the first time since he left. I think special light, of course. I think for Nketiah, not a great display, but the goal.
What?
I think for Eddie.
He was amazing.
He was good, but not amazing. No, not amazing. If you return to the first half, he was sloppy with the final passes in front of West Ham goals. Not once, two or twice. He moved a lot. He was very good. I think this goal will give him more confidence for the next matches, and it's crucial that Eddie scored today. We have not to forget to bear in mind that the players absent. Not only Jesus tonight was absent. To bear in mind, Tomiyasu also was absent due to injury. Also, of course, Smith Rowe with a long injury. Even Nelson, he picked up a hamstring. So we managed the match tonight. It's crucial to fight for every match, to be concentrated, and to get this Mudryk deal a little bit earlier. Not a saga deal like we know about Arsenal. So we need reinforcements in January. That's for sure. Every injury makes us worry. Now we are top. We are happy with the win. We'll keep fighting. We'll keep fighting every match. This league is a war. It's a war. Look at Newcastle, what they are doing. They are now second. Of course, City, if they win tomorrow, they will retain the second place. Look at Liverpool. Just in one day, they managed to get Cody Gakpo in. So all matches will be tough. All matches will be tough. All the teams will be ambition to reinforce in January. So this second half of the season, Gunnar Source will be like a war, like a tug war between all the teams. So it will be a fight for the title, a fight for the top 4, a fight for the top 6. So every match count, every point count, and every injury also count. And tonight we are all happy. We hope that next match also to keep this fight, this spirit, this concentration, and to get another 3 points on the board. We have a good team, but as I told you, reinforcement in January is very, very, very important to manage to go to the second half of the season with a strong team, with a depth, and not to worry with every injury, because long way to go until the end of the season with this crazy and strong league.
Okay, Mohammed, my guy, I'm gonna have to leave you there. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Okay.
Thank you. See you soon.
Big up, Mohammed. Everyone in the chat, Odegaard's getting a 9. Some people say, what are you giving him? 9?
Yeah, I gave him a 9.
I think that's high. I think that's very high for a player who got 2 assists. Absolutely ran the show. Definitely deserves a 9. Fully agreed. Moving on to Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Eddie Nketiah. Bukayo Saka for me gets a 8. Martinelli gets a 7. Eddie Nketiah gets an 8. What are you saying?
How does Martinelli and Nketiah, like, they should be the same?
So you're saying Martinelli, Eddie Nketiah, and Saka should all be the same?
No. I think. No, I'd say
my reasoning behind giving Saka and Eddie Nketiah higher ratings than Martinelli is because I felt like a lot of the stuff Martinelli was doing was predictable, continuously getting blocked, continuously trying the same things over and over again. I get it that he was getting a lot of touches, but I felt like he was the less switched on, and his goal.
No, for me, Saka gets higher, and like Martinelli and Nketiah get lower than Saka for me.
Oh, so Saka gets the highest. Okay, so you're saying Saka gets another man of the match type level? Because I thought
no, like an 8. Saka gets an 8, and Nketiah gets a 7, and Martinelli gets a 6 or a 7.
The reason why I'm giving Eddie Nketiah a little bit higher than Martinelli is I felt like Eddie Nketiah was on it the whole 90 minutes, where Martinelli, there was moments where I kind of felt like he was drifting in and out of the game, where Saka was always involved in the game. Eddie was always involved in the game. If you want to say who is more impactful between Eddie and Saka, they were both pretty impactful, but Eddie Nketiah's goal, the way that he took it alone, puts it up there, where Saka's goal, yes, he was a one-on-one, he put it away. He didn't really have to turn anybody. He didn't really have to do too much link up. Yeah, he got the ball from a lucky deflection.
It wasn't a deflection. It was just a straight. Yeah, it was a straight shot to him.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a pass. It's a pass. He doesn't.
Follow me on Twitter. Type in EGTV Egal. My name comes up. Hopefully you can follow me there. But big up Sean, my guy Sean. Sean, why didn't you come on? The link is in the chat. You can call in. Call in, Sean. We miss you on the channel. But yeah, before we go, big news. Mykhailo Mudryk. Did you hear about it?
Yeah. So it's 45 million euros plus 15 million add-ons, the initial bid that we've made, but it's now being reported that we're going to go in with an increased offer of, but I think it's something like 50 or 60 million euros up front and a 15 million add-on.
This is reliable. The Athletic. Arsenal make a 65 million pound offer to Shakhtar Donetsk, Mykhailo Mudryk. Arsenal have offered 40 million up front with a further 25 million add-ons, believed to have fallen short of the asking price. What?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. The second bid that they want more up front, so it's gonna go to, I think, 50 million up front and 15 million in add-ons.
My guy, honestly, these guys are asking for too much money. They need to shut up and just give us the player. I get it that they want to haggle. We're gonna give you guys what you need eventually. We'll give you maybe 50 up front. Just give us the player. Like, that's 50 up front, 15 million overall. That's what they need. Give it to them. You know what I mean? And also, Jesus was in the crowd. That was nice to see. Jesus was there. Another thing that was nice to see, Mykhailo Mudryk is already actually watching the games and keeping tabs on Arsenal. As you've seen Fabrizio Romano tweet this out during the game. I personally think he's already pretty much an Arsenal player. Hence why he's watching. No surprise, he's watching the team that he's going to be playing for very, very soon. This was Mykhailo Mudryk's Instagram during the game. Actually replying, he was tweeting out all the goals and everything. But what did Fabrizio Romano tweet out about him? He tweeted it out earlier, 4 hours ago. So 40 million pound bid submitted with 20 million add-ons or 25 million, whatever add-ons it was. way more than Shakhtar Donetsk want way more than this to sell Mykhailo Mudryk. The talks will take place between the agents to discuss about the deal. No issues with personal terms as the player wants to move himself. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this deal is gonna happen one way or another. He's going to be an Arsenal player come the end of the window. And can we just forget about Joao Felix? Because I don't think Joao Felix is happening. But big up Sean. Sean is in the building. Sean, how you doing?
Yep, good. You?
Good, man. How you feeling, Sean? Big up everyone in the chat. Put some thumbs
Yeah,
in the chat for Sean.
Had a good Christmas and, well, Boxing Day was rubbish. Bristol City lost. Great.
Who lost?
Bristol City lost.
Oh, that's your other team?
Yeah, but I'm an Arsenal fan though. I got 2.
Big up Sean, man. Big up Sean. Hope you're doing
Yeah.
well, Sean. Hope you have yourself a wonderful day, and hopefully Arsenal continue to do things. Do you think we can win the league, Sean?
Yep.
Hey, no hesitation. I love it.
West Ham get battered everywhere they go. West Ham get battered everywhere they go.
Everywhere they go. Let's go. Big up Sean, man. Have yourself a wonderful day. I'll catch
See
you
you
soon.
later.
Peace. Yo, Sean always puts a smile on my face, man. Big up Sean. People in the chat say big up Sean. But yeah, let's go back to the Mykhailo Mudryk news. So what is the news, Gunnar Solskjaer? So they're saying, is it 40 million and plus 20, or is it 40 plus 25? What is it? Because I'm hearing 2 different reports.
So the reported figures are that eventually Shakhtar do want like 65 million euros for him, but the only problem that we've got at the moment is they want more upfront. They don't want more. I don't think the package is the problem. It's just they want to get more of it upfront and have less in add-ons, which is where the problem is at the minute. Because I think 60 to 65 will be what we end up paying, but it's just how we pay it is going to differ.
Okay. At this moment in time, Arsenal have submitted a bid for Mykhailo Mudryk. Official bid has been announced: 40 million plus 20 million add-ons, or 25 million, whatever source you take it from. It's in and around 65 million to 60 million euros. They want closer to 50 or 55 million cash, and then just a couple add-ons here and there, so they can get as close as possible to the figure of 65 million guaranteed that they can. Now, if we make those add-ons more realistic, they may be wanting to do it, but I don't know how much Arsenal are actually willing to pay upfront. We have heard figures of 50 million upfront is the highest they probably would go. Now, Mykhailo Mudryk is a big move for us. He wants to move. We want to move. Every party who is involved in the move wants to move. I think it's going to happen. I don't doubt it for a second, right? The question I have is, how long are we going to dilly-dally? How long are we going to actually take to get the deal over the line? Because if we get him done January 1st, we have a better opportunity to actually achieve what we want. If we hesitate and continue to dilly-dally for the next 6 days, and come the beginning of the window, he's signed, is a bigger advantage than do you think we wait until the end of the window and get him with a cheaper 10 million less?
Nah, it'll be done by the first week of Jan, in my opinion. I don't think we're going to wait. I think there's a reason. Because don't forget, right, every single time Josh has entered the picture, what happens? Signings get done within the week. So that's the reason they know the player wants to come. Terms are agreed. The only problem that we're having is the finicky financials, right? Like, how much can we actually afford to pay? Not afford, but how much are we willing to pay up front? Which is why Josh comes in. When these deals get, look at Ramsdale, for example. Ramsdale was a tricky deal to get done in terms of what Sheffield United wanted to get. And what happened? Josh comes in. Within a week, we got that deal done. So, and even if you look at other deals that we got done after Ramsdale as well. So, that's the reason I'm optimistic that this, considering, look, we've got, 27th now? So you've got another 3 days in December, then you've got, then January hits in. So you've still got, give or take in the first week, you're looking at 10 days in total to get this deal done, to get it in an optimal position. And I think it will be done. I think everything's done. It's just It's just those niggly shit that clubs have to do, negotiate and all of that. So I'm not doubtful. I think it's not going to dilly-dally because the player actually wants to come. It's not a Vlahovic situation where we're trying to contact the agents and see if the guy wants to come to us or not. Mykhailo Mudryk, the personal terms have been agreed. They're done. Like, we don't even have to worry about that. So, yeah, I'm confident.
Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke's black card, the deal is done. To me, I'm going to have to look into this a little bit more. I'm going to do a couple more videos on this. I'm going to do a couple more articles, look at it, evaluate it, see what I see. But for now, I'm going to have to bid you guys adieu. There's not much more to be said besides Everton Wolves was a crazy ending. Wolves absolutely came out of nowhere and won that game. I didn't expect them to do what they did. That was a crazy end to a game. I don't know if you watched that game, but I was watching the goal show on Amazon, and I did not expect Wolves to win that game, but they took it away from Everton. You had the Leicester Newcastle game. Newcastle are the real deal. Newcastle are the real deal, ladies and gentlemen, in the sense that these guys are second in the league right now. They potentially could get Champions League football. And not only that, some people are saying they could potentially win the league. I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. But yeah, that's crazy. Liverpool, Aston Villa, I watched that game. I'm not going to lie to you. There's not much to write home about Liverpool's performance versus Aston Villa. It is what it is. They won 3-1, right?
Yeah, at the end, yeah.
3-1. And Mo Salah scored. They got a bunch of things. But Darwin Núñez still looking like Darwin Núñez. Not looking that good. They got issues with that kid, but everything else was quite okay. Our game, we already know Arsenal won 3-1, so I'm not going to get too much into it, but a lot of pressure on Man City now. A lot of pressure on Manchester City now to win that game. Manchester City now find themselves in a situation where they have to win against Leeds. They have to win in the sense that if they go 8 points behind Arsenal, that is difficult to catch up from. And if they get, I genuinely believe, call me crazy, City are just as vulnerable and are an injury away themselves to dropping off. They are not invincible. They are not this team that is invincible. They could drop off too. Don't think that City won't be able to be vulnerable. Don't think City won't have problems. Big up, big GZ in the house. G for you saying they're having a conversation. Question for both of you. Could you sign either a winger or a striker in January? Who would you go for? There's no point of that. I would go for Mykhailo Mudryk because that's the guy Mikel Arteta wants. Am I wrong?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah, he's the only option. If you're talking summer window, that's a different question.
Yeah. My guy here is saying, Iga, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm very happy. We won the game. We're playing well. We're performing well. What more do you want? The team is doing what we need them to do. That is what we like to see. And we're 7 points clear of Newcastle. Should I even put 7 points? Should I say 8 points? Because we're technically 8 points clear. But yeah, the West Ham game was never the real problem. Now we move on to the next test. And going into that game versus Brighton, Casado's out with too many yellows. That's massive for us, right?
It is a huge miss for them, but the way that Brighton are playing is relentless, and it worries. That's the fixture. That and Newcastle worry me more than any of the other fixtures that we've got coming up. I'm not worried about Spurs. I'm not worried about any of the other fixtures, but these two next ones are the ones where it's going to test us for the real where we're up to, because Newcastle have put City to the sword for 3-3. Brighton always causes problems.
We're at home. We're at home. Don't forget that.
Regardless, like Brighton always.
Our record versus Newcastle at home is ridiculous.
But also look at what they're doing. So that's what I mean. The factors are very different now, and I don't know, man. The next two games. I'm not saying I'm worried in terms of I think we're going to lose. I am still confident we're going to win, but it's going to be a lot more of a test than what we've had in recent times. Both teams. Like Newcastle are playing for a lot, and Brighton, obviously, with the new manager bounce and everything like that, they've got a point to prove. So yeah, man, it's gonna be the next two are gonna be exciting, and they're gonna tell us a lot about this Arsenal team.
There you go. There you go. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. I'm out of here. I think that's it. There's nothing else really to be said. Arsenal won the game. We were sensational. We came back to win 3-1. Eddie Nketiah put on a show. A lot of the players performed out of their skin, and I'm just happy. We take the 3 points. We go and we put it in our pocket, and we say, you know what? On to the next one. Am I wrong?
Oh mate, we can put our feet up. Chelsea are playing, United are playing, and City are playing, and obviously tomorrow City and Chelsea. But sorry, United and Chelsea are playing tomorrow, and then obviously got Man City on Wednesday. So we can just relax now until Saturday when we've got Brighton in the evening. So it's quite nice.
Go.
It's quite nice to feel this.
There you go. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this video, and I'm out of here, people. Big up Gunnar Souls for joining me also.